welcome back to this week's update. Well, it's not this week's, it's the follow-on from the midweek update last week. So let's see what we got done. First up, Sinbad and the Kali Assassin. From i7TV, Crooked Dice. Tabletop standard, bulging packs on them, and a layer of varnish that has turned out semi-gloss, which is frustrating. And then a hooded Kali cultist in red with obsidian or some green stone daggers. Fun to paint. I tried a different base technique that didn't quite work out, but maybe more trial and error to find a way that works it. What else? We have also done this guy here. Now, he is part of a ragtag group of guys from Massive Darkness 1 who I had started a while back, a couple of years ago, never got round to, so I'll show you the 8 that had been done. These 8 were done at the time, and he is just completed, so I've yet to base them. I don't know what way I'm going to do it, if I'm going to just do it black, and yeah, because they're useful mooks for bad guys, thugs in Frostgrave and the like. So to add to that, I've also started painting another 2 of them. Also up, although they're still on their pots, their holders, because I have not varnished or grassed them, are 2 sets of these boys. The corn dolls, or corn men, from Crooked Dice. So yeah, I don't know why that's zoomed so far out, or so close in. It's maybe a better view. Yeah, just a ragtag group of colour and clothes, and then black and grey stitching, and the corn appearing through their vestments. This is from their midsummer range. I can't remember quite what they call it, but it's quite well based on that. So, what else? The second Kali cultist and the Widowmaker. I've had a start made on them, so the second Kali is going to have brass, black and purple, maybe a red hood. I don't know about the hood. And the Widowmaker is going to be done as she is presented on their website. And then yeah, these 2 were done with the same basing material. So I used fine grain bird sand here, hoping it might give a nice sandy texture, and it has to a degree, but I'm not overly happy with it. You kind of need to do 2, 3, 4 coats. So I'll maybe try it with a thicker grit mixed in with it. So yeah, that's everything. Oh, sorry, it's not. I made a start on this, the second RNE Assassin. Yeah, I like printing them, the RNE stuff. I don't particularly like painting them because they tend to be a bit more tedious than I always initially think. I print them and then I forget about them, and then I go, oh, that's a nice model, and go to print it again, and the same roadblock. So yeah, along with these 2 guys here, I might do a spurt of batch painting for another raft of them. There's what, 3, 6, 9, 10. 10 more of them to do. Well, 8 and 2 shamans. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I have been using these guys in Frostgrave the Red King with my playmates whenever we do actually get a chance to game, which isn't very often. So I might start doing a bit more solo Frostgrave. And then of course there are the 2 trolls, who he has been assembled, based and primed this week. to go alongside his Amigo. And they're going out dancing, or as I like to call it, clubbing. But my bad puns aside, we will see what the future brings with regards to that. I might take a week off in the incoming few weeks and just do one miniature, a slightly bigger, maybe a Kingdom Death box set or something. I don't know yet. Or maybe a bit of terrain. I did prime up, so let me just clear the desk here and I will show you what else I've been up to this week outside of miniature. This is the other element of hobby that's been taken up this week. This here is the top half of a Dark Realms sky platform for dwarves that I've printed. I've printed the top 2 layers. Funny story, when I was priming the top, the bit that sits on this, and it's got a dome cap as well, and primed it and left it outside to dry, and a pigeon crapped on it. So it had to get washed and is currently in the shed after a second batch of priming today. But, and I don't think I've shown any of the terrain I've been doing. This is quite well scaled, so there's a 28mm figure, and I don't have any Primaris to hand, not that I have many of them. There's a Loon Court Goblin, so it's quite a compact bit of terrain. This is for what I will be using as a Dwemer based table. So this will be a Dwemer themed bit of terrain, or Moria. Mine's a Moria terrain. It's kind of done that way to allow a bit of both, as well as just generic fantasy or RPG or whatever you like. The inside I'm not going to really bother with. I'm going to print the door and drop it in, and then probably just that'll be it. I do have a bigger kit bit that I will show off during the week that needs fully glued. It's definitely getting glued shut. It's definitely going to be a one piece build. Well, maybe the bottom or the top 2 layers will be open. But yeah, just to add a bit of functionality. So that, although I didn't get too many miniatures done this past 4 or 5 days, part of it has been taken up with building and painting this. And this is actually just set on 2 layers of cork and then glued, and a bit of, now I know there's a few gaps need filling, they seem to have appeared. Maybe whenever it's settling it's pulled apart, but I might deal with that, or I might just leave it as is and stick moss in it when it's painted, or snow, because this will be for a snowy based terrain. But yeah, so this is two bits of cork, bit of plaster material or all-purpose filler, and then coat it with some of that bird sand too, which, not just the bird sand, sorry, that was this stuff here, and I know it looks like, sorry, the muddy ground stuff in this, I know it looks kind of like plasticine or something, but hopefully whenever it gets painted up it won't look too bad. And of course I will be using cheap acrylic paints for this because I'm not going to waste the money on good paints. But yes, anyway, thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw, just hit the like and subscribe. Yeah, speak to you later. Bye.